This is 10 Eyewitness News with Sandra Sully and Hugh Rimmington.
Well, good evening. First tonight, searchers are still trying to stabilise the shattered remains of a shop in Rozelle after a huge explosion early this morning. Missing are 3 people, including a mother and her baby son, feared dead and buried in the rubble.
Now, it could be a triple murder as police investigate what caused the powerful blast. A midwife sped from the scene just seconds after the explosion.
Well, crime reporter Andrew Denney is there for us tonight. Andrew, is there any chance these people might still be found alive?
Well, Hugh, authorities are still calling this a rescue, but sadly, as the hours wear on, it's beginning to feel much more like a recovery. 3 people are still missing from this explosion, which police believe may have been a deliberate attack. Trapped under rubble as the building burns. Around 4 o'clock this morning, an explosion ripped through a convenience store on Darling Street.
I'd say 3 or 4 of the buildings were just totally gone. It was not a fire, it just resembled a bomb scene.
The blast shook locals out of bed.
We weren't sure what it was. I thought it was an earthquake.
31-year-old Bianca O'Brien was asleep in an upstairs unit with her 12-month-old son, Jude. They haven't been found.
We have a 31-year-old female who's unaccounted for. We have a 12-month male boy unaccounted for, and a 30-year-old male.
Chris Noble is the missing man. Distraught family and friends arrived at the scene this morning, desperate for news. Firefighters fought their way through fierce flames to try to search for survivors. They found Adil Khan, the store's owner, out the back, burnt, pinned and struggling to breathe.
Completely trapped by rubble, only their hands showing. Their body was completely trapped by a commercial fridge and rubble.
2 other men upstairs jumped to safety. Witnesses have told police a car sped away seconds before the blast.
They came and they said someone came by car and throw something on the roof, and the car really gone and like disappear.
However this fire started, it's clear something exploded with immense force. This is what the shop front used to look like. Now 2 buildings have disappeared, the blast wave shattering windows more than 100 metres away.
It was just absolute chaos because the whole thing went and it just kept exploding.
This is now a delicate recovery operation. Walls of neighbouring buildings are threatening to collapse. Falling debris injured a firefighter late this afternoon.
We have cameras, so we get the cameras down into voids, specialised cameras into voids and under the slab that's fallen, all in the hope of finding survivors.
For now, the questions to be answered are what or who caused this blaze that looks to have ended 3 innocent lives. Now, the car that was seen speeding away from here this morning was described as being a silver sedan, and police would like anyone with information on that vehicle to come forward. Darling Street itself, it is a major thoroughfare here in the inner west, and authorities say this road will remain closed tonight and tomorrow as this investigation continues.
OK, Andrew Denney, thank you.
Staying with this story now, let's go to Joe Hill, who's at RPA Hospital, where the survivors of the explosion are recovering. Joe, there appears to be some good news at last.
Well, Sandra, good news has been so hard to come by today, but hospital staff are telling us that 2 of the men which were brought here this morning have since been released. Now, they only go as far as to say that they're no longer under the care of the Royal Prince Alfred Hospital, but reading between the lines, that could mean that they have been deemed well enough to be discharged. Now, sadly, there appears to have been no improvement in the condition of the shop owner. We're told that he's still in a serious condition in the intensive care unit here at the hospital. We understand as well that his family's here, understandably, a very traumatic time, and the word from hospital staff is that sadly it doesn't appear as though he's going anywhere anytime soon. Now, as for the firefighter who was injured in the recovery operation this afternoon, he was brought here as well. He was able to actually walk himself into emergency, which is a very good sign. One of his colleagues came out and said that he'd suffered quite a deep laceration to his chin when a beam which was under pressure sprung up and hit him in the chin. But the good news there is that it's likely he'll be released before too long.
Let's hope so. Joe, thank you.